They're exposed to death threats, hate speech, and some have even lost their lives because they spoke out and did the right thing. With the Babita Deokaran murder case back in court today, the focus is firmly once again on the protection of whistleblowers and witnesses. Well, joining us live to discuss this is co-founding director at the Whistleblower House, Liezl Groenewald. Liezl, thank you so much for joining us. I remember very well when Bianca Goodson had decided to speak out and how her life changed so dramatically after she did. And it made me wonder, what would I do if I was in a situation where I had to speak out and be a whistleblower?
Annika, that is exactly the problem. If you speak to Bianca, she would also tell you she will do it again, but she would really like to have some advice, some assistance right from the beginning. And we have the Protected Disclosures Act. It's been widely publicized that there is such an act at the moment, or has been around for a number of years. But that act is basically reactive. You know, it provides protection against occupational detriment, but not necessarily against a threat to one's life. So occupational detriment is something that a person is suspended for having blown the whistle, or maybe transferred against their will, or maybe not promoted, etc. But those threats against a person's life, the Act does not cover that. There is the Witness Protection Act, which is something completely different, but that is then, and I think this is where Babita should have been protected, not to judge law enforcement agencies, but someone should have asked her, or someone should have told her that her life was in danger. When you speak to Bianca, for instance, she says, if someone asked her in the beginning when she decided to blow the whistle whether her life is in danger, she would have said no. No, definitely not. But it is needed. Someone must conduct a risk assessment surrounding the circumstances of a whistleblower. And as the Whistleblower House, that is what we are trying to do. We are still in our baby shoes, and it was founded together with Bianca and with Ivan Pillay. And our purpose is exactly to provide support services for the whistleblowers. You've mentioned the harm that these whistleblowers suffer, and it's we can talk about the threats to life, there's also the psychological harm. There is the fact that many of them lose their livelihoods. Then they have to encounter huge medical bills and legal bills. Yeah. And what one wants to do for people like Babita and others is to assist them with the right legal advice, or at least provide them with access to legal advice at hopefully no cost. Psychological assistance.
I mean, Liezl, most of us are good, decent people, but I think speaking to a lot of people in the public sector, they were weighing up whether to speak out or lose everything, including their children's schooling, etc. Babita Deokaran is an extreme case because she lost her life. Promises were made by the SIU that whistleblowers would be protected in a better way. Have you seen this translate at all into real protection on the ground?
Not from where I'm sitting, at the Whistleblower House and in my other daytime job as well, which is the Ethics Institute. No, I haven't seen any changes, but maybe in the law enforcement environment, I think one should rather talk to them to provide evidence. But I understand why people in the public and private sector are fearful of speaking up. There's the examples that we have, regularly in the media, is just not good news. And but the one thing that our whistleblowers have done, and that includes Mrs. Deokaran, is that they have made a difference. They have made a difference to society, and they've showed a lot of moral courage, and that we have to applaud. And we have to really treat our whistleblowers as the heroes they are. But we can't just say, wow, you're a hero and thank you so much. We have to do something to help them.
All right, Liezl, thank you so much. And it'll be interesting to catch up with you again as to how many more people are coming forward to you since Babita's murder. That was Liezl Groenewald, the co-founding director at Whistleblower House. And news just in from our reporter Gauteng Health is that the Babita Deokaran murder case has been postponed until the 1st of October for the suspects to apply for bail.